guess, right?
Well,
or that was the foxhole one.
That was the foxhole
Yeah.
one. But
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Katie, WY7YL, and today is Tuesday, April 13th. This is a program about ham radio, and in case you just weren't aware of what you just logged into, welcome to us live here on YouTube tonight. In addition to being here live on YouTube, you can also listen to us around the globe on shortwave. So if you're listening to us on the international shortwave station on WBCQ 7490 kilohertz, we'd love to hear from you. So please send an email to Tom at W5KUB. Let us know where you're listening from and how it sounds. If you have any suggestions or comments or questions for the show, you can send them to us at the same email address. So we've got a great show for you lined up tonight, of course, as we always do. But don't forget, we need a little favor from you. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button down there and give us a thumbs up. That helps us with our algorithm, so more hams will find us and join in the fun of the Amateur Radio Roundtable here on Tuesday nights. It really helps us a lot, so we really appreciate it. And don't forget, we can also join in all fun on our Facebook group. If you just look for the W5KUB Amateur Radio Roundtable, we've got a lot of fun things going on over there as well. So don't forget, if you subscribe to our show, the little bell will go off and remind you, send you an email perhaps, let you know that we are live. So with that, welcome again here to our show tonight. And let's pass it over to the boss, Tom, W5KUB, take it away.
All right, Katie, great job opening the show, and you even added some to that, which is great. But your audio stinks. Man, it stinks bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Everybody's saying my audio is terrible.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh crap! Sorry.
But we'll get all this figured out at some point. And just want to apologize to everybody watching out there tonight. We fired up the studio about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Everything looked good, but right about showtime, our main camera would not work with our system here. So we've gone down to a $39 camera right now, and it's a little, not real great, but you know, hey, it's getting us by. Okay, the chroma key is not adjusted very well, and I had to do all this kind of the last minute. So $1,000 camera like this, you know, but $39 camera like this. So we're going to make it through the night here. Katie's going to be giving a prize out a little later in the show here. Hey, I've got to do this on a 40-meter net tonight. We had a couple people, some that hadn't been on in a while, and we had one. His name is Van. He's down in Beverly Hills, Florida. And he really hadn't been watching the show because I think his wife has other things to watch during that time, and he watches TV with her. So I told him, I said, if you bring up our show on your TV and get your wife to watch it, I'll do a call out, a shout out to your wife tonight. So Cindy down in Beverly Hills, I hope you're watching. This is going to be a great show. You and Van can watch this instead of, I don't know, what would you watch down here? Miami Vice or something? What would you watch down in Florida? I don't know. I see Katie looking, but I see Dwayne looking. Anyway, hey, Cindy, Van, thanks so much if you're watching, man. Just want to do a shout out to you there. Let's see. Hey, tonight we're going to talk about a balloon launch maybe tomorrow night, and this is going to be something special. It's going to be a zero pressure balloon. We haven't done one of those before. Let's see what else we got.
You're going to launch it at night, Tom?
Yeah, in fact, this one is going to be carrying some special batteries. They're not rechargeable, but they're special batteries that will allow it to transmit at minus 40 degrees. Now, the reason we're launching at night, I'll explain that more later, but because this is zero pressure, it's only going to stay up about 24 to 30 hours. And the sun will expand the gas, we'll lose gas. So we're taking advantage of the nighttime to hit altitude. So
we put some really cool lights on it, make it look like a flying saucer.
Yeah. Hey, another.
That'd be awesome because it's so huge.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Hey, another project I want to talk about tonight is tree as an antenna, and you know we talked a little about this last year on the show. I haven't had time to do it. The trees are starting to turn green again now. The U.S. military did extensive study on using a tree for an antenna. Now, that does not mean you hang your antenna in a tree or stick it up there. That means using the tree for the antenna. So we're going to talk a little about that. I'm going to try to, we'll try to demonstrate that on the show here. So, well, we got a lot to talk about. I think Katie's got some shack pictures and so forth. Hey, let's see if, Katie, are you still distorted or how you doing?
I hope not. We just found there was a setting in our Zoom that was incorrect. Does it sound any better now?
Well, I don't know. I'll recite something.
75 years ago.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better. It may still be clipping a little bit, but nowhere near what it was.
Well, it was, for some reason, it was picking up the webcam audio instead of my Heil, and I think that was part of the problem.
Oh, that would cause a big problem, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, okay.
John says you should make the lights flash in Morse code.
Yeah,
That'd be
it still
cool.
doesn't sound really clean, but we're going to get by with this tonight. We're going to get by with it. Next Tuesday, we'll have it fixed. Oh, man. Okay, so, hey, Glenn, let's just, well, first, Katie, anything new happening with you down there? Up there, over there. Snow. How about snow?
Want to talk to? We've got some cool stuff happening here with the Devil's Tower Amateur Radio Club, and the new president, WY7FD, happens to be sitting next to me, and we just had some cool stuff. I think I'm going to pass it over to him and let him tell you guys what we've been doing, because it's pretty awesome. We're really psyched, actually. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to stick this right in front of my ugly face so nobody can see me. Yeah, we started the club. We had our first meeting via Zoom in January, then face-to-face in March, or February and March, and then we got access to a new clubhouse. The Sunny Divide Community Center has given us rights to get into that anytime we want to have a meeting and nothing else is going on. So we have a free venue, and they've given us pretty much leeway to do what we want to up there on the hill. And so it's been so much fun. Katie's moving
Ignore
stuff
that.
around.
Sorry.
That's cool.
But we started out with 13 people on the Zoom meeting, and now we have just 22 or 23 members, and the county only has 54 hams, so that's roughly 48% of our ham community has joined our ham radio club. And we made a mandate right off the bat that we're going to have a demonstration or a show or show and tell thing every meeting. So you're not coming to a meeting and hearing everybody say, I'll make a motion that. Somewhere in line we have show and tell, which is also fun. And the venue has a good spot for eating. So we usually have our meetings on Saturday. The meetings are at 2, and we eat at noon. And everybody's gathered up, and we set up antennas and play around till meeting time. And then we have a little short meeting, and we go back to playing. It's really been a different experience for a lot of the hams that have been to clubs before. We had one that was a member of a local ham club that said, they never did anything over at X town. So we thought, well, we must be doing something right.
So
Well, that's
I'll add
good.
a couple things to that too. So
Hey,
when
Katie,
when we got started with this, Dwayne sent we pulled off from the FCC all of the local hams in the county and sent a letter out to everyone to say, hey, we want to get this club started and what have you. So basically,
Katie.
Ricardo says I still sound like I'm not quite right.
Everybody says I sound better.
Can you hear me,
Yeah.
Katie? Hey, Katie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think you've got two mics on here because when Dwayne was talking in that mic, we were hearing you perfectly, and you weren't near that mic. I think you guys may have two mics running there, but we're making it.
Yeah, something's still not right. Are you sure you plugged it in the right place?
There's no way I could plug it in the wrong place.
Okay.
Now wait a minute. Are you telling her there's no way you could do that wrong?
There's no way you can plug a microphone into a computer in the wrong spot.
Well,
you can plug it in the headphone, but it won't work at all.
Well, have you checked your computer? It may be all mixed up. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt here, but we do have two mics or something going on there. Katie, push that
Go talk to
mic.
Glenn and
Katie.
let me take a peek. So talk to Glenn. I'll be right back.
Yeah, push that mic. Hey, push that mic out of the way and talk to me, Katie. Push that mic out of the way and then just talk to the computer there, or talk to the camera.
Okay, how about now? Oh, I know why.
Yeah, I hear
Is
you
that
fine.
better?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Okay. So we obviously had something going on.
Yeah. And that high mic you got is very directional. You have to talk almost straight into it. You're loud and clear, Katie, without the high mic. So somewhere.
Not sure what we did.
Let me do something different here.
So so what I was going to tell everybody is, as Dwayne said, some of the things that we've done, we've also we elected our officers at the meeting last month. And Jerry WI7JB is our treasurer, and he is on it like white on rice. And I tell you what, we've already gotten, they're opening up a bank account tomorrow. We did set a due structure of $36 a year, which is $3 a month. And everybody who was at the meeting on Saturday paid dues, and a few people put in extra. One of our members who does some construction work on the side took all the measurements of all the windows in the building and is ordering windows and doing the replacement. So part of what we're doing as kind of as a give back to the community center is we're going to do a bunch of work around there to make it better, because it's something that previously we've only used once a year during field day, but now we have a group of active hams who also like to do things or do projects. So it's really exciting. We strung up a 40-meter dipole, and then we had a 20-meter vertical. And anybody who was walking into the meeting starting at 12 o'clock, they smelled the hamburgers cooking on the grill and heard Wade's radio going. He was testing out some CW. One of our members bought a new radio, and he brought that in so we could test it out. And I tell you what, and then everybody gathered up to have lunch together and shared a bunch of different things. And I tell you what, we're having the most fun we've had in a long time with ham radio locally. And we got our nonprofit incorporated status from the state of Wyoming. I think that came in, yesterday? That came in yesterday. So now that we have that, we can open our bank account. And we're also working on getting nonprofit status for our organization as well, which will help us when looking for donations from some local businesses or other folks.
Well,
so we're pretty excited about it, and we're both kind of blown away about how fast things have taken hold. But we obviously had people in the county that were ready to engage with other hams. And again, the big thing is, everybody recognizes that, we do have to do some business periodically, but most of our business is done within about 45 minutes, and the other couple of hours or beyond are all just having ham fun, helping each other out. And next month we'll get together and continue working on our planning for field day. And we're really excited about having an active club doing field day this year up there. And people are already talking about bringing their campers and their tents up. And so it should be a lot of fun. Our call sign is, we're just waiting on our vanity call sign to come in, but the name of the club is Devil's Tower Amateur Radio Club. So
That's
we're
cool.
going for WI7DT, of course. So now we're just waiting for that to show up. And so every month I think I'll be able to give, or even every week the way things are going, we'll have some new updates. I put some pictures on my Facebook page the other day, and we're working on what we can do to let people know about what we're doing and hopefully help others. And it's a lot of fun just to see what everybody's doing. So lots of fun things happening in Wyoming, not just our club, but the clubs next door over in Campbell County. They've been doing a lot of testing lately and getting a lot of new hams created or upgraded. Out in the northwest corner on the Basin Amateur Radio Club, they're getting back together for the first time in about a year and are planning some activities down south in Cheyenne area. They're talking about possibly putting together a ham fest later this year. So it's really exciting. A lot of good things are happening here in Wyoming with ham radio. And so, yeah. Did I cover it all?
Great.
Pretty much.
I think I got it all.
Wow. Hey, that is so much. You got now this field day your club's going to have. Is that a different field day than what you normally attend?
No, that's the one that we've been at before, and I tried to do a live segment with you one year. It's kind of, actually, it was such a beautiful day on Saturday when we were up there. We could see the Bighorn Mountains, which are
Close to 200.
close to 200 miles away. It's just at that position, and looking out the window of the building, you can see the top of Devil's Tower. So it's a great location.
Oh, wow. Hey, can you get up on top of Devil's Tower? Is there a way up there?
You can if you climb it.
Well, I didn't know if there was
Dwayne's
some.
done
I didn't
that
know if there was
before.
some way to get up there.
Although, well, you can. There's a lot of people climb up there.
Rock climbing.
Yeah, rock climbing.
Rock climbing. Yeah, I heard
And
pretty strict,
right now
yeah.
it's actually closed to climbers, or at least requested for climbers not to climb because of the Falcon's Nest at this time
Only on the north face.
on the north face. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The rest of it's open climbing.
Okay. So there's falcons
I
that
would
nest
do
there
it.
every year.
I would do it a much simpler way. It's called a helicopter.
That's illegal.
Yeah. It's a national
Only
park.
if I get caught.
Yeah,
Oh.
you would.
Yeah, it's an FAA no-fly zone.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, all
Yeah,
right.
you figured
Hey,
they'd do that ever since Close Encounters.
yeah, you just
Yeah,
need the little
exactly.
organ. You need a little organ to play out there, do do do, or how I don't know how it goes. But,
Do, 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 do,
Yeah,
do.
all right.
Yeah.
well, thanks, Katie. And
Mark
Katie,
says
your
Richard
audio,
Dreyfuss knows the way.
and Katie, your audio is still just great and strong, talking the direction you're talking right now. So
Yeah. It sounds like you're going through the microphone right in front of you.
yeah, well,
Yes.
yeah.
I must be.
But you guys can figure that out. We won't worry about that. So, hey, if you're listening out there on shortwave tonight, we're just having some technical problems. We normally don't have these every time, maybe just every other show, but no, we're going to work through it.
Blame
here.
it on me.
We're going to work through it. We'll blame it on Glenn. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Well,
I'm so glad your
I
club.
was going to try to use my new laptop and see if the video camera was better with that. And then I
Is this a
realized, I
laptop?
don't have any of my
Are
stuff
you-
on there. So
Is this a laptop you're using?
changed.
Are you using a laptop?
No, this is a desktop. But
Okay.
I was thinking maybe the video card and the new, because it has a better processor, might be better. But
Yeah. Okay.
anyway.
All right,
Sorry.
look, hey, I know we'll let you give this prize away. I know everybody's looking for that. We've already had one or two people that have maybe received theirs. We have missed the last couple weeks, but we'll get back on schedule with that.
Okay.
Hey, you want to do some shack pictures? We had so many last time that you couldn't do them all. So do you want to do a few more?
Yeah. Let's see.
And you're just going to share a screen? We'll do it that way.
Yeah, we'll do it that way because I've got a little PowerPoint like I did last time.
Okay.
And I'll get. You just need to let me share.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's hope that
Details.
works tonight.
I put my glasses on so I can read what I did here.
Yeah, we hope that works. Okay, it should work.
All right. There we go. Now I can pick which one I want. Let me do. There we go. Share. Okay. There we are. Okay, so let me.
I'm going to do a little adjusting here. You go right ahead.
Okay, so our first shack of the day is for a new ham. Ron, who goes by Ritz, is Kilo Ocean 4 Lima Yankee X-Ray, and is a new ham as of February, and he's got his handheld, and he's getting on the air. So way to go, Ritz. Just get yourself on there and start playing. That's what it's all about. So a shack doesn't have to be like, what we've got here. It just need to be on the air and do something. Now we'll go to another extreme here. This is Matt, Whiskey Uniform 2 Victor / November Charlie 4 Echo Sierra. And he says he's got a field comm rig. It uses an all-band, all-mode with patching and gateway capability. On the amateur side, he's using Share's WinLink P4 with an ICOM 746 for his voice operations. He's got the Kenwood TS480, the 480 SAT for his data work. And I'm clipping on peak services. Yeah. He's got a bunch of multiple 2-meter 440 rigs, and he's got the XPR 8400 DMR repeater on board with a satellite uplink. So he's got a bunch of stuff going on. It looks like he's got the basement set up there.
I like the chair there.
Yeah, those chairs look super comfy.
Yeah. Hey, Katie.
I was going to say, I want the chairs.
Yeah, hey,
yeah,
Katie.
No kidding. I'm like sitting on a rotten old office chair with a pillow under my head.
That's a field day chair right there.
All right. Hey, Katie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Katie. Hello, Breaker 19, Katie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one thing. Talk softer. Talk like Dwayne is in the same room, but he's sleeping. So talk real softer because you're coming in a little distorted. There's nothing I can do on this end to clear you up, but if you'll talk softer, I can turn it up here.
It's probably the AGC on the webcam.
Go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, I did see that when I was talking. I get all excited and I start talking loud, so let's see if that helps any. All right, so let's see what else we got. Here's Kenny. Now, we have to make up what Kenny's got in his check because he didn't send us a description. So here comes Dwayne.
Uh-oh.
All right, Glenn, let's start diving in. What do we have? Let's make up some fun stuff.
Okay, on the lower left, he's got an old DOS laptop running DOS 1.75. And then just above that, he's got a Heathkit boat anchor. Used to hold the Titanic in place when it was time to do so.
I see an 18.
Right up there at the top there, that gold plate, that's the Klinkmaster 301.
And I see an 18-inch.
It's by Colonel Wilhelm Klink.
Yes.
I see an 18-inch floppy disk over there.
At least 18.
Yeah.
Maybe even tape reel-to-reel tape sets.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a few microphones going on there, some pretty ones and nice ones too. Quite an assortment. So
guys, this is what happens
in all of them. So
this is what happens if you don't provide us a
130 volts running through the microphones.
But he gets 10 points for wearing the ARRL hat. So way to go, Kenny. Thanks for letting us just play around with what you got in the shack. I think some folks, when they submitted them, they purposely left them blank so we'd make up something.
They deliberately do that.
Yeah, John was just asking that KC70RI.
Oh wait! We almost missed the Kryptonite Paraphase Thunderbolt greaser slapper up there on the center.
Can you say that 3 times fast?
The Kryptonite Paraphase.
I can't even say it 1 time fast.
All right, this is Steve, Whiskey 9 Delta X-Ray Echo of Spark, Wisconsin. I wonder if I missed an A on that.
I love that amplifier in the center of the room. That's the Boom Maker 301.
Yeah.
and it's got the ET disc saw blade.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty cool clock with it made out of a saw blade. I really like this light fixture up here.
Yeah, that is really cool.
That is super cool. And of course, obviously, he shares his hobby with his gun collection, and then over here on the shack side. That looks like is that the 7300?
Looks like it might be the 7300.
I think he's got the 73.
A little out of focus there.
Yeah.
He's also got a collection of British torches.
Yep, the torches.
Yeah, I love that flashlight collection up there.
Oh no, they're British. They're torches.
So they must
be torches. Yeah.
Oh, very fun. So he's got nice chat. That's a nice room down there, full of all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, I wish I had a room that big.
Look at that old Radio Shack sign in the corner.
Yeah.
I wonder if he snagged that from somewhere. John AC8XU from the chat room says, I see a major problem. No key. Let's see, I don't see one either. So he's a voice operator, just like me. Let's see what else we got here. Okay.
He's got.
So this is Eric, Kilo 9 Alpha Radio of Godfrey, Illinois, and he's got the 857, which is a Yaesu radio, and he's running that through a dipole. Now, he says his current shack is in the process of being dismantled, so he's going to be moving, and since this was from a couple weeks ago, he might be moving right now. He said it's kind of sad to leave his first station behind, but now he'll be able to make a bunch of changes that he's really been wanting to do, so that's always fun. And again, a good demonstration that, you know, all you need is a radio in front of you and you're getting on the air. And here's Bill, Kilo Echo 8, Papa Bravo Tango of Lancaster, Ohio. And we've got, let's see what we got in front of us here. A couple of handhelds.
Well, let's see.
What do we got? Make up something fun, you guys.
Make up something fun, huh?
As compared to not fun.
Right.
As compared to the not fun. I
Is
like
that
it.
an amp in the middle?
That is an amplifier.
That's a lovely amplifier.
That's an Ameritron, isn't it?
It's an Ameritron.
I think you're
yes.
right. And then this is that the Comet?
That's that cross. That's the
That
Yaesu,
cross-
isn't it? The cross.
Oh, the Yaesu.
Yeah. cross-
It's one of the cross needles.
cross needle meter, and say that real fast 3 times.
I think didn't Alan do a segment on that one time not too long ago? That was pretty cool. It
And
may
he's
not have
got
been that.
really nice software up there on his wide screen. I like that.
Mhm.
I can't make fun of that.
No, that looks nice.
No, you can't. I don't have room for a screen that big here.
I just use 2 screens. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sending
I
that
got
in,
3.
Bill.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and Mike, November 4 Victor Golf from Menlo, Georgia. And he and his wife Penny, who is Kilo Golf 4, Tango India X-Ray, they like to camp and kayak and ride motorcycles and, of course, operate ham radio. He says in the shack, he uses the FT1000 MP for DXing, but lately he's been going old school with his Collins and Drake tube radios. So obviously he's keeping the shack warm.
Oh, yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, I love that old Collins stuff.
And of course, we have to have some DX in the mix. This is Gianni, Italy Kilo 2 in Italy Sierra X-Ray from Milano. And he says he likes to operate QRP. Oh, I wrote QPR. QRP
Well, that's the way they say it in Italy. The P and the R are reversed.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Because I thought I copied and paste. No, they don't. Hush, Glenn. That's a term. That's a. You stink.
I like the hula hoop he's got hooked to his radio.
No, I think that's for blowing bubbles.
Yeah, well, he's got the little one for blowing bubbles.
Oh my
He has
goodness.
to
Oh,
send
yeah,
the
that one blows
messages via,
bubbles.
bubble balloon. So
Yeah, I think that's the last one. Oh, Dennis, November 3, Victor Bravo, radio of Elizabethton, Tennessee.
He's got a stack of Kenwood stuff.
Yeah.
That's a Kenwood TS2000 on top.
yeah, that 2000 there in the middle.
Okay. Nice.
I don't know.
Very good. I think this is my last one. Yep. And that's the end.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop
Okay.
sharing. So that was a few more of our shack pictures. And I know somebody up there asked me earlier in the chat if I got their shack picture, and I might have, but this was a presentation I made a couple weeks ago, and I thought I was doing it. And so we'll get caught up on the next time with
All
some more
right.
shack pictures. Not next week, though.
Oh, you're going to be out next week, right?
Yep. We will be gone next week.
Okay. All right. I guess we can live 1 week without you.
I hope so.
I'll put on a red wig next week, and I can be Katie.
All right. Well, I'm
We may check in.
sure we will lose
We may
viewers.
check in with him.
I'm sure we'll lose viewers when that happens.
Yeah, well,
Dwayne said we should check in from the beach.
All right. Hey, let's do a prize in a minute. Let's take a quick break and let's do a prize, and we'll get Hambot in here, and we're going to pick a name. So guys, we'll be back in just a minute. And we'll tell you what you need to do. Katie, you want to describe what this is?
Yes, this is a laser engraved call sign plaque with your name and call sign. And this is donated from Allen Laser Creations out of Fargo, North Dakota. And anybody who's here in the chat room tonight, just go ahead and say hello in the chat so that Hambot can grab from you. And as soon as we get a winner, we will get this ordered up and sent out to you. Our first one was made up and sent off within like a week or so, or actually like a day. It went out pretty quick. So we'll get this lovely wooden plaque out to you. And it lights up, which is super cool. And so again, thank you to Allen Laser Creations for donating this.
All right, we'll come back and we'll talk more about it in just a minute. We'll be right back and we'll tell you what to do, guys. So we'll be right back.
Okay.
So one of ICOM's ultimate SDR transceivers. The IC705 is a perfect transceiver for hams who enjoy both the great indoors and the outdoors. It's a perfect QRP companion. The base station has features and functionality at the tip of your fingers and a portable package. And it covers HF 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters. And guess what? It weighs in at just under 2 pounds. It has a 4.3-inch touchscreen, and it's got a live band scope and waterfall. It'll run 5 watts with a BP272 or 10 watts on 13.8 volts DC. It runs all modes, including D-Star. The speaker microphone comes standard. The perfect accessory for the 705 is the LC192 backpack. It has a special compartment for your IC705 and room for all your accessories. Create your own band opening with the IC9700. This transceiver radio brings direct sampling to the UHF VHF weak signal world. This all-mode transceiver is loaded with innovative features that are just sure to keep you busy. It has a 4.3-inch color touchscreen and spectrum scope and waterfall. It has smooth satellite operation with 99 satellite channels, and it's full duplex operation in satellite mode. Heard it, worked it, and logged it with ICOM 7300. It's a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design that will far exceed your expectations. This innovative HF transistor digitizes the RF before various receiver stages to reduce the generated inherent noise in different IF stages. The IC7300 is the radio that changed the way of entry-level HF. Visit www.icomamerica/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
All right, and we are back. So Hambot is warming up over here. Everybody knows Hambot. Let's see. Hambot, where are you, Hambot? So Hambot is warmed up and he's ready. Everyone, if you will, hit your enter key, say hello, hit a period, do something, hit the enter key. And what that does, that gets your name back in the participants list here. And Hambot is going to pick a name out of the participants list. So you need to get in there. If you haven't been typing and you're inactive, your name is not in there. So just hit any character, hit enter, and you're in there, and good luck. Also, this will be a good time for you to hit the subscribe button. We need everybody to hit the subscribe button to help our rankings. Hit the like button, that helps us. And if you'd like to be notified when we come live, hit the little notification button there. So Hambot, did Hambot announce? I can't read it. Did Hambot announce in the chat room anything, Kathy?
I don't think so.
Not yet.
Okay, I don't know if he even will. I mean, we're working on Hambot to actually chat in the chat room. That's something coming up soon, I think.
Oh, that would be fun.
All right. Yeah.
That would be
so,
cool.
So Hambot will actually be logged in here in the future. He's coming back out of retirement a little bit.
Yay. Everybody loves Hambot.
Yeah.
Because it gives stuff away.
So let's get.
It's actually kind of fun to see all the names here.
Yeah.
Mom, if you want one, I'll get you one for Christmas.
Okay.
I want
we
one.
just posted a name. I understand. I don't know who it was.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I didn't
Who
see
was
it.
the name?
It was posted.
Oh, AE5MA.
Who is it?
Alpha Echo 5 Mary Albert.
Mary Albert. There he is. AE5 Yama
Mike
A1.
Alpha.
Katie. There's your winner, Katie.
All right. Woohoo!
All
Alpha
right.
Echo 5, Mike Alpha.
All right. So I guess let's just ask if he's okay in the QRZ page, right?
I'll go look real
Also
quick.
tell him to email JP right away
Yeah.
with all this information.
Katie,
Take care of it.
do you want to email? You want an email from AE5MA?
Yep. Yeah, if AE5, I'll,
You may not want to give your email out, so I have to look you
oh
up.
no, it's on, my email's on QRZ. It's just,
Yeah.
it's KDWI7YL@gmail.
All right. Send Katie
So
a
let me
note,
see if I can
and
find-
they will-
otherwise I'll
they'll-
just
they'll
organize this to
They'll
get
make
sent
that
out.
call, sign plaque for you, and get it off to you. There, AE5MA. Congratulations.
And thank you for playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those people can have them too if they go to Alabama.
Yep.
All
And
right.
so if you, anybody else who's interested, you could just, Mark, that's right, he's down in Mississippi. So again, this is donated from Alan Laser Creations, who also happens to be our son. And this is their new business. You can check it out at allenlasercreations.com. And some super cool other things that they're making with a laser engraver, things like fun coasters and a dice board game holder and
So, Katie, does he have
recipe card
is there a
holders. All
website?
kinds of new things are coming out. They're working on all kinds of fun stuff.
Is there a
So
website?
Very excited to be able to share that. So
Is there a website that they can go to in case
yeah,
they want to
it's,
order one?
I'll plug it in here. It's allenlasercreations.com. So
Very good.
ALLEN lasercreations.com. There it is.
All right, great. All right. Well, Glenn.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
And we will, Mark, I'll get that organized. I'll get that off to Allen Laser Creations and get that ordered up for you. And he should get that created and sent off right away.
All right. Okay, let's jump over to Glenn here. Glenn, is there anything you're doing now? I know you got your new job. You're not going to have time to do as much playing around and hamming now. So how's that going to affect you?
I don't really know yet. They haven't told me days or hours yet. A lot of interesting options and possibilities there, but at this point, I really don't know. I did send an email to my editor today to see what the status of the new book was, because nobody's heard anything, and I haven't heard or seen anything. So I'll find that out probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it should be literally any day. I suspect headquarters is behind on preparing the cover and stuff simply from all the lockdowns that they've had up there. But as far as the lab, I'm actually fixing to fire the lab up and play during my off time. So,
Well,
once
I'm
things
just
get
wondering,
settled, I'll
do
be
you
actually
think?
doing a lot more, I think.
Yeah. Do you think your new job is going to interfere with you being on a show here on Tuesday nights?
Probably.
Think so?
I know that there's going to be some night shift work involved. I just don't know how that's going to shake out.
Okay.
You know, it's going to be a rotating kind of basis. So I'll be here, off and on as much as I can.
Okay. Well, that sounds great, man. And congratulations on the new job and the raise. And I told you everything's going to work out okay, man.
Oh, you would not believe. Let's put it this way. It was like I was sitting at a poker game and everybody kept raising the stakes.
Yeah.
And finally they brought in 2 wheelbarrows and said, here, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
So couldn't say no.
All right, we got Jeff Kahn here. He says I can fill in. I guess Jeff, send me a note, man. Send me a
Yeah,
note.
come on, Jeff. You
we're
can take my
always
place. I'll
looking-
give you the shirt.
We're always looking for some new talent on the show that can replace Glenn. Yeah.
Didn't take much.
Terrible.
All right.
Didn't take much effort
You
at all.
can never replace Glenn.
No, I know. Okay, so let's move on, and I'm sure the subject will change a little bit from time to time. But first, let me just mention, if you're out there listening on shortwave on WBCQ on 7490, we're glad you're with us. This is a show about ham radio. It's been kind of crazy tonight, ham radio, we're kind of technical people, but we're having some technical issues tonight, and they're just really hard to fix during the show. So we're just trying to roll with it and not worry too much about it tonight. But we'll have it fixed for next week. And we are glad you tuned in, and shoot us an email to tom@w5kub.com. And if you want to watch these shows, they're all on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/W5KUB. And I think last count we had about 750 shows recorded. So you can go back and watch a lot of shows. And we've covered a lot of things over the years. We've been on close to, I think we've passed 7 years now for the weekly show. So it's been pretty successful, I think. All right, I want to talk about a couple things here. Oh man, where do I start? Hey, we're going to launch a balloon probably tomorrow night. Now, I've got some video and some pictures here, if I can bring them up, and I'll show you. I want to show you, we're always experimenting, and we're trying to do something bigger and better than anybody else has ever done. That's what this show is noted for. So we, the Pico balloons we fly, even the largest Pico balloon we fly is about 2 feet in diameter by about 6 feet tall when it fills up. And it's only capable of about 45,000 feet maximum. All the other Pico balloons we fly are small. They're 36-inch Chinese balloons or Mylar balloons. And they'll reach maybe 30,000 feet, maybe. And they get sucked in by storms, so you want to fly higher. So we've been flying, on most all of our flights, we've been flying the high dollar balloon. That balloon's about $170 each. So we're trying, we've tried a couple times to build our own balloons. And we just built one this week, and we were going to launch it. And we were shooting for 65,000 feet to float. That's well above what anybody else has done. Here's a quick video. I want to show you what the balloon looks like. I got it in my garage. We built it, we put it together. I put a little air in it to test it. So here's what it's going to look, here's what it looks like. Let me see if I can play this. We are filling up. This thing's taking a lot of air. We hadn't got the pressure yet. We were about probably less than a half-inch water rise. We've been looking for any holes. We haven't found any holes yet. It's starting to feel pretty tight. Our seam is doing really well. Not coming apart anywhere. We actually taped it on both sides. I found it taping just on one side is good enough to seam it. But I'm looking here and I don't see any holes in this guy yet. And you can see, what do you think the diameter is? Camera person, if you zoom out, I'm about 5'10", so I don't know how tall it is. It's supposed to be 7 feet something according to the calculations. So we are about 1, 2, 3, 4. We're probably 17 feet long and probably 7.5 foot diameter. So I have to remember that to do the calculations on it. All right, we're gonna put some more air in it. We gotta blow this thing up. We're gonna try to get up to, it up to 3 inches of water, and that'll take us well above the pressure we need to withstand at 60,000 feet. And I think the calculation I did this morning, this would probably fly about 60,800, something like that. Okay. All right. So, what do you think of the size of that balloon, Glenn?
I think we need to get one of those super bright blue LEDs with the power budget you've got and shine it down so people are going to think that we're, looking to abduct them.
Well, yeah. I mean, this thing is so big. I mean, I've got a Silverado truck with a topper on the back. My truck would fit inside this. And
when I saw that, it looked like a blob had taken over your garage.
So it's a
Looks like the world's largest sausage.
it's a pretty big balloon there. Let me pull some pictures up and let me show you. Now, our testing.
The W5KUB blimp.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Maybe you ought to paint bad year on the side and launch it.
Let me bring some pictures up. I just want to talk a little about it here. We'll go through them pretty fast.
That's actually quite an impressive size.
Yeah. So, let me see. I've got to get my camera zeroed in here.
Look,
it's too big.
There's your new co-host to replace me.
That's right, man. Let's see. All right, let me. Oh, gee, let me try to frame this thing. It's so big.
Just shake the balloon when it talks, and you could,
All right, so I'm just going to go through a couple pictures here. There's the end. That's how we fastened the ends right there. We just bunched them together and.
It's got a navel.
We zip tied them 3 or 4 times. We put some protective plastic around it. We zip tied it, pulled it down really tight. That's how we do the ends. There's the other end right there. It does have a navel, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So the professional guys I'm working with have really taught me a lot. And what we were trying to do here is to measure the pressure that this material would withstand. Now, up at 60,000 feet, the pressure up there is about 1 pound per square inch. On the ground, it's 14.7 pounds per square inch. At 60,000 feet, the pressure is about 1 pound per square inch. So what we're doing here is trying to measure the differential pressure. So if we can put 1.1 pounds per square inch in this balloon, and it's 1 pound outside, we have a differential of 1/10 of a pound pressure, and that's where we want it to be. So this is a water manometer. It's very simple to make out of a piece of hose or pipe or tubing, and you measure. You connect this hose to the balloon, and it measures the internal pressure. What it does, it comes up the tube, it presses, you can see the red dye I have in here, it presses down on the right side and it lifts the left side. So you add the two together. You add the difference, meaning one side goes up positive, one side goes negative. Now, they're going to be equal, so I just double the left side. So to get 1/10 pound per square inch differential, we needed to be at 2.77 inches of water. 2.77 inches, read right here on the ruler. Now, with this balloon, we never got above we were always just under a half. We could never pass the half inch, because what happened was the material kept stretching, and every time I'd put air in, it would keep stretching, and the pressure would stay the same, and it would put more air in, but it would stretch, and the pressure would stay the same. So what that was telling me was that the balloon is not able to hold the pressure in. It's going to keep going and stretching that material to the point it's just going to rip apart. And that was the findings that we found. And also the lab of the pros I'm working with, I sent them some of this material, and they stress tested, they measured it, they weighed it, they did all the things, and they found the same thing. In fact, the report said this plastic that we were using, this poly, was like taffy. It stretched like taffy, and it would just keep stretching and keep stretching. So it would not work. It would not work out as a zero pressure balloon, because it would just go up. It would just keep going up and get higher and higher and higher, because the poly kept stretching to a point that the poly would get so thin, then it was going to burst and come down. So it wasn't going to work at all. But let's look at a few more pictures.
You mean it wasn't going to work as a super pressure,
That's
not
right.
a zero pressure.
So let's look at a few more pictures, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do with it. So let's see, here's one of the end, and you can see the tube where we put the air in. Now, hey, when I first started putting air in, I have an air compressor in my shop. That thing must have had thousands of cubic feet of air, because the shop compressor just was not filling that sucker up. So we went to a shop vac, turned the shop vac around backwards, put the big hose in there, and boy, did that start filling it up pretty fast. So we got it up pretty much full, and then we took the shop vac off, and then we put this hose in, and we were going to finish it off with a bicycle pump, to fine tune our pressure. We were going to use a bicycle pump. But we found out after 5,000 pumps, it made no difference. This balloon was so big, 5,000 pumps it was nothing. So I put my air compressor on, and we ran the air compressor, and I could run that air compressor steady in here for 5 minutes at a time, and we never exceeded that 1/2 inch of water, just because the plastic kept stretching. So anyway, there's a neat picture there. It's about, it wasn't quite full there. It kept stretching. That's about 8 foot tall. I think my ceiling in that garage is maybe 14 foot. So that's 8 foot tall there. It's standing up behind the garage door opener. Let's see. There's another picture of the end. The ends were very secure. They held very well by just bunching it up and using zip ties. So, and there's the end here where we were filling it from. Again, there I am with the air compressor hooked to it, putting fluid in, or putting gas in, air in. It's kind of transparent. You can kind of see the garage door through it there. People may wonder what the little dot is right there. That's either Mercury or Venus. I'm not sure which one that is right there. Took a shot of it at night from the garage, from inside the kitchen, and I couldn't bring my cars in the garage at night because, the garage was full. There it is, not even 60% inflated. We thought we could have some leaks, so my friend Ed, who's my gas man, we put some Freon in there, and Ed has a Freon detector that will, detect Freon leaks. So we squirted a little Freon in there, but we never found a leak. But that's an awful lot of cubic feet in there, and we couldn't fill it up totally with Freon. So that test didn't work out very well for us. There I am on a stepladder. You can see it's starting to get larger. It's growing. It's kind of like the blob, the monster, you used to see in the 1960s. It keeps rolling down the street and getting larger and larger and larger. And you can see it's actually pretty high there. Let me see if I can frame this picture a little better for you guys. You're missing part of the picture. Let's see if that'll work. There we go. So you're seeing about half the balloon there, and you can see it's getting close to about 8 feet tall there. Another shot. There it is there. That's over a 20-foot wide garage. That's a 2-car garage right there. So you can kind of get an idea of the size of this thing. It's we call it, as we were designing it, we named it Fat Boy. And we've kind of kept that name. It's actually the Moab, the mother of all balloons. There we go again. A lot of calculations on building these balloons from all the different volumes. And if you look at things like the balloon, it's not a cylinder. You've got kind of a spherical top on it and a spherical end, and then you got a cylinder in the middle. So there's a lot of math involved. But on the internet, there are so many neat calculators on the internet. For instance, for me to calculate the cubic foot of volume for that was really easy. I just had to do some basic measurements, plug the numbers in the internet calculators, and it told me exactly how many cubic feet. You go to another calculator and say, turn cubic feet into cubic meters, and it tells you. This balloon actually came out at about 15.2 cubic meters of volume inside. So that's kind of where we left it. We realized that it would not fly as a super balloon. It would go down the first day if we tried to fly as a super balloon, just because it would keep stretching and it would go out. All right, so again, you can see right there I'm discussing the tape. So what we did, we rolled off 20 feet. This material, actually I bought 4,000 feet of this material, hoping to make some big balloons. So I got a 4,000 square foot piece of this material. It's 20 foot wide and 200 foot long. So 20 foot wide was one of my limits, and I rolled off 24 foot and I cut it. Now that 24 foot became my circumference, and you can see the tape right there. So that's 24 foot that's wrapped around that thing, and then we spliced it with tape. The tape does an excellent job. The tape is actually stronger than the balloon. Just to be safe, I put tape on the inside and the outside. And you ask me how I got it on the inside. Well, that's a secret.
He had the ants do it.
We had the ants do it. So that's tape. And I sent this material, and I also sent the tape off to my professional guys there. And they said this is some good tape, man. They were really impressed with it. And in fact, on these large balloons, these very, very large balloons are down in the 1 mil thickness, and they actually use tape to seam these very large commercial balloons together. And I'm talking balloons that hold maybe 100 cubic feet of gas. So anyway, our tape did really well. It didn't come loose or anything at all. The tape did really, really well for us there. Let's see. I think this is a video. Let me see.
Yeah, that much hydrogen probably is not a good idea.
Well, of course, on launch, it would have that would be about 20% full of hydrogen on launch. Now, at 60,000 feet, it would look like that. But on launch, it would only be about 20% full, and the rest of it. Let's see if we we may have already looked at this. I don't know. Let me see.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah. Yes.
The hydrogen atom is the smallest atom. Aren't you worried about it maybe being porous and the atom leaking out?
Well, here's the thing, and this is a lot of people don't believe this, but you think hydrogen is smaller than helium, right? Right? The atomic weight is smaller. But I am told by the experts that this hydrogen lumps together in lumps of 2. Okay? Now I can't tell you why, but it sticks together in 2s. So that actually makes it
H2.
It makes what I guess it's H2. Yeah, it's H2. I guess it lumps together in 2s. So that makes it that bigger than a single helium. So leak-wise, I'm being told that the hydrogen would leak out a little less than the helium would. Now that's always
oxygen always oxygen always binds with itself, so oxygen always exists in O2 unless it's being split.
Yeah, but we're not using oxygen.
I understand that. I'm just saying that oxygen is the next one up from hydrogen. So
yeah. So anyway, that's always a worry. You know, the material that we use, it needs to be a gas barrier type of material, and you just don't know what you're getting out there until you test it. So anyway, we tried this. We found out it's not going to work for the super pressure, but we have a thing we want to do with it. Let's see if we heard. This may be the video we've already heard. Let's see. This thing's taking a lot of air. Yeah, I think we've already seen that one. So let's see. Okay, and if you know, even on the internet, when we talk about inches of water, it's so easy to convert inches of water to pounds per square inch, just with the calculators on the internet. So here you go, right here. If you want to know what 2.77 inches of water is, you just plug it in there, and that is 0.09 pounds per square inch. So that's you know, the internet's a wonderful thing. I wish I had it when I was growing up and a teenager and off in college, but we didn't have it then.
We had Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, we did too. Okay, so I think we've seen these. I'm not going to tell you what that is because we're not flying that one. That was going to be the Moab deal with batteries and everything. But since we found out that this thing is going to not super pressure, we decided not to do that. There's the tracker that we typically fly, the little arrows pointing at the tracker.
Oh, I thought that was the payload that was going to go up on it.
Well, if you look back, this was going to be a payload. There's the tracker right there. I'm circling with the mouse, but we're not going to use that tracker for this flight. And I'll tell you why. This tracker is whisper only, which we convert to APRS on the ground with a Python script. And we only, every 10 minutes, we get a reading. And with our Python script, we only get the accuracy down to a box 2 miles by 3 miles, I think. That's 6 square miles, which is pretty good. If you use only a 4-digit grid square, that box is like 200 or 300 miles square. So we're getting it down to a 2 by 3 mile box. But we're not going to do that on this flight, and I'll tell you why. Let me go back here. So on this flight, what we are planning on doing is flying a different tracker that not only will send a basic whisper location twice in 10 minutes. It will also, about every minute to 2 minutes, it's going to transmit a true APRS location, latitude, longitude, and you know, the latitude, longitude now is down to like 10 feet. It's very accurate. So with this super pressure, with this zero pressure balloon, it's only going to stay up. I want everybody to realize this is not a long term like we've been flying, and not an extended flight. This flight is going to last 24 hours. It may last 30, and I'll explain why in a minute. But what we're going to do is we have put on here a true APRS tracker, which will give us exact coordinates every minute of the flight. So that would even make it, if it comes down in the U.S., which it probably will, we need to talk about fox hunting, because it should be pretty easy to find. If we've got a latitude and longitude down to, 10 foot by 10 foot, and this balloon is like, 200 square feet of material, I think it'd be pretty easy to find, to tell you the truth, if you just drive out to it. So we put batteries on this one. Now, you cannot make a rechargeable battery work at 40,000 feet, 30,000 feet. It won't work. When the temperature gets to, a minus 20 or so degrees Celsius, the battery turns off. It won't charge and it won't discharge. But we're going to be using primary batteries. A primary battery is one that doesn't charge. So we're going to use some ultimate lithium batteries. And we're putting those on board. It's going to add weight, but they will transmit all night and possibly the next night. So we're going to see, we're going to get all our transmissions during the nighttime, whereas on our previous flights, we have not got data during the night just because our previous flights have been solar only. So it's important that we know how it's acting during the nighttime. So here's the situation we're in with the zero pressure balloon. You saw how big it was. We have put a one half inch pipe, 1/2 inch inside diameter pipe in the bottom of that. So that balloon actually has a 1/2 inch hole in the bottom, and that's for a vent. So anytime that balloon fills up to capacity and it starts to pressurize it's going to come out that tube, and we'll lose it into the atmosphere. So it's going to vent it. Now, if we launch this during the daytime, the sun's going to heat it up. It's going to go up really fast. It's going to hit maximum altitude. It's going to start expanding, and when it starts expanding, then gas is going to come out the tube, and it's going to stabilize at some level, at some float level. All right, because now everything's kind of, hunky-dory. That's the word. Scientific word is hunky-dory. Okay, so the sun goes down and it's nighttime now. Now what happens is that gas cools and the gas gets smaller and the balloon starts coming down, and it's going to come down. And that's when we lose it. But we gain by launching at nighttime. So we're going to launch after sunset. So on the way up, it's going to go up in the dark. No heating, so it's going to go up in the dark and reach a certain altitude. And then the next day when the sun comes out, it's still going to be up, and it's not going to come down because the gas is going to keep being heated and expanding and out the tube. So it's going to stay up all the first night and all the next day. I don't know if we can take it into the second night or not. When it starts getting cool, the second night, that's when it's going to try to come down. It probably will come down. I'm guessing, as an amateur, that it's going to come down a little later in the night. That's my hopes. But I think our batteries can handle 2 nights, and we can collect some good data from this. Now, the calculations that we've done on this balloon were that it would fly about 62,800 feet. But here's our issue. This balloon keeps expanding. So we may be at 68,000 feet right now, and we may hit 72,000 feet. I don't know. I think we're going to be in the 60s or maybe the 70s, 70,000 feet when this, as our maximum altitude. So it's hard to say. It's our first zero pressure balloon. All of our others have been super pressure. Keep them up for 3 months. Go around the world a bunch of times. This is a zero pressure, 24-hour launch window. Now the big boys, my understanding and what I've learned recently from the big guys that I'm talking with, most of their big balloons are zero pressure balloons, but they carry a lot of ballast. They carry lots and lots of ballast, a lot of lead and I don't know, everything else. And they actually chase these big balloons with airplanes and watch them, and they can watch the altitude. And when they see that balloon is starting wanting to come down, by radio, they release the ballast and drop, I don't know, maybe drop a few hundred pounds of lead, And then when they drop that, the balloon will maintain its altitude or go back up a little. And they have multiple ballast on there that they can continue to drop. So, maybe first day they drop, I don't know, maybe they drop 500 pounds of ballast, I don't know. And then maybe the second day they drop another 500 pounds. And the third day they may drop another 500. So that can keep this balloon in the air for a longer period of time. Now, I'm talking, if we ever decide to fly another zero pressure, we may do the ballast and just as an experiment. They've sent me a little circuit board and it has a you can put a little payload to it, and it can be programmed to drop that payload at various stages, whatever you want. And it's interesting how this thing works. It's and I learned this, I think, yesterday. The let's just say the ballast is tied on a fishing line. This fishing line goes up and it goes through this little device. This little device is like maybe an inch of a pencil, and it just kind of goes through there. And then once this thing sends the signal to, or the timing or the altitude says cut loose ballast, it'll actually drop that. And Glenn, you know what they use to drop that? How do you think they drop that?
Very small darts with blowguns from the ground.
That's right, a blowgun from the nearest airplane. No, what they do, and I looked at this little device. I looked at it with a little magnifying glass. I was looking where the fishing line goes inside, you know. And I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, okay, that's neat. There's an SCR there, and the SCR must put a lot of current there, and it must get real hot, and it just burns that little fishing line in half, and it drops, you know. But that's not what it is. It's a blasting cap.
Holy cow!
It's a blasting cap. They actually use a little explosion in this thing. And I've got one of these, and hey, we may fly one of these things. I don't know. If we want to drop ballast, we got to cut it somehow. And this is a neat little device using blasting caps that will actually drop it. So, you know, hey, you know, we'll drop some ballast one day, and the next day we can drop another ballast, and the next day we can drop another one. If we want to get into that and play with it, it's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of trouble for us, actually.
Why don't we use little nichrome wire and have it poke little holes into the balloon?
Yeah. So wow, you know, that's I was surprised to hear it actually, a little explosion actually cut the string.
The cynic in me, Tom, says blasting caps and hydrogen.
Well, we discussed, exactly, and we discussed how far away.
Let's paint it silver for the real effect.
We discussed how far away this is from the balloon.
From thousands of feet up.
Yeah, we discussed this. But you know, the hydrogen is actually, let me tell you, on the zero pressure, you got hydrogen coming out the bottom, you know. That might be pretty good. We could put one of these little blasting caps up there at the top if we wanted to, you know, go out with a big bang, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you know,
how about some Pop Rocks candy?
You know, I don't know. I don't think it would explode. I mean, hydrogen doesn't really explode unless it's a mixture of oxygen with it. It would probably just.
Okay, are you gonna vacuum your balloon down to nothing before you fill it with hydrogen?
Yeah. The balloons typically have nothing in them. They're gonna be but the zero pressure might have a little bit of air in it, a little bit. But so I see a big thing, you know, a big show up in the air one night, man, you know. Yeah.
Are you sure that the stands are going to like you to do that over their airspace?
And what we can do, we can get the tracker GPS. We can get the tracker GPS. I don't know how much of this I can say over this. I might get in trouble. You know, we can't fly.
Maybe you should set the direct tracker to maybe track Area 51 or something.
Yeah. You know, we cannot transmit over North Korea. That's against the law. We can't transmit over the UK or Yemen.
But we can drop ballast.
So I guess we can drop ballast. And that's all determined. That's all determined by geofencing. That's the program in the Arduino, geofencing, that says, "Hey, I'm over North Korea right now. Drop ballast." But you know, my friend that I'm talking to, that again, I'm not releasing their name. They don't want their name released yet. I really learned
and
a lot.
If they're smart, they never will.
They're really,
just says, I don't blame them.
They're really smart guys. They're really smart guys. They've been building and flying balloons 30 years, professionally, commercially, and they carry things like telescopes, other equipment. They've even carried stuff up for the the three-letter agencies. I guess that's like CIA, FBI. So I mean, they work for all these guys. So, but
take your pick.
yeah, take your pick. So, I'm not giving away any secrets here. So anyway, I don't know where I was.
I don't know, but just be sure you subscribe so we know how to find you.
I was talking to him just a couple of days ago, and he said, we'll drop maybe 1,000 pounds of ballast. And I said, what's it made out of? And he said, oh, it's a little, like a fishing sinker, the little round lead sinkers. They'll drop 1,000 pounds of those. They'll cut 1,000 pounds of lead loose up there. And, I said, well, we know what, hail looks like and what sleet looks like. But, if you start seeing lead balls coming down, it's the end of the world, right? So, but
that might be a problem.
But you know what? He said that the thing is so high when they cut the ballast that probably only 2 of those little lead things might hit, in a single square mile. So, and they probably do it over.
I just got a vision of Monty Python when they're pitching the cows and the chickens and the goats over the castle edge.
Yeah. And they probably just dump it. They probably dump it over real non-populated areas, like Wyoming.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we're
Just
getting
taking a
better.
few antelope.
Katie, back away from your microphone just a little bit. You're getting too excited.
Yeah, we got her too excited now.
Yeah.
I know, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I need to scoot because I need to get back to packing before going to bed.
Okay.
We're heading off on vacation, so that's why.
All right, well, very good. Y'all have a great time, and we'll see you when you get back. All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Have fun.
And I think,
Thanks.
bye-bye. I think my professional balloon friends are actually watching tonight. I don't know if they're in the chat room. They've been watching the show. So, what should I say? Hi, secret friends. I guess I can do that.
Yeah, what you need to do is paint Whiskey Yankee 7 Yankee Lima on the side of that balloon.
Yeah. Well, I typically don't even put my email or anything on here now. Bill does.
No.
Bill Brown puts his on there, but I've had them crash in Russian air bases and all kinds of stuff over in Eastern Europe, and I really don't want my name on it if I can keep from it. I mean, worst case, I'll put your name and address on it when I launch it. That way, at least we can get it back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So
Interesting.
yeah, that's kind of. Hopefully, we'll get it launched tomorrow, and tomorrow night we'll try, and I'll try to update the website for you guys. So we changed our mission a little bit from a long duration to a zero pressure, and that's because Ed looked at the balloon and he said, "This thing's too good to waste, man. This fat boy, we got to do something with it." He was wanting to launch it right then, man, and so we started thinking about it, and we thought, okay, let's launch it, but let's try to put a little thought into it. So I'm told that we need to launch about sundown. Again, that's from the people that know. Launch it at sundown, and we'll get more out of it. And we are going to fly a real APRS tracker so we can get really accurate information from it. Now, so guys, we need fox hunters. We need you to get ready. We've already got people signed up in Texas and up in Manhattan. We don't know where it's going to go, but this might make I think it would be fairly easy to find if it comes down in the U.S. Knowing the GPS coordinates and the size of this thing, I think you could probably find it. We were talking the other night though, Glenn. What about this? What if it's coming down real slow? And let's say it's coming down right over Interstate 40, and it hooks on a 18-wheeler, and it's going down the road, and the GPS starts showing it heading eastbound 70 miles an hour at 18 feet off the ground. Man, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, at that point, you change your call sign and leave the country.
Yeah, hey, it's in Atlanta today. Oh, no, hey, the next day it's in Chicago. At 18 feet. Could one of these balloons get out of the Earth's atmosphere? We're asking by Dwayne. No, they really can't. They're going to burst before they reach that altitude. They'll burst and they will come down. There's a lot of great websites on the internet like Ventusky.com and Windy.com that actually show the jet streams. And by GPS, we know exactly where the balloon is. We know the exact altitude. So on Ventusky, we just key in the altitude on Ventusky, and you'll see exactly where that jet stream's going, and you can put your mouse in that jet stream, and you can say, oh, 95 miles an hour here. Oh, it's getting up to 135 here. You can actually see where it's going to go, and that's kind of cool. I don't know if we'll make it across the country. The wind is a lot calmer at 60,000 feet, 70,000 feet. It may only be 5 or 6 knots, so it may be a slow ride. I mean, this thing could go up there and kind of do a little circle and fall back right at a launch site. I don't know. And then again, it might make it all the way to the East Coast. I feel pretty sure it's going to go east. Not
Yeah,
sure
we're going
where.
to dump it in the middle of the Atlantic. You know that.
Yeah, we've lost several in the Atlantic for sure. Yeah. Oh, let me look at the chat room here to see what's going on here.
You had one asking where Ventusky's going to think it's going to go. Do you have that mapped?
Tom, what gives you the pressure difference when a balloon is launched at night with no sun? I have to leave that up kind of. I'm a new guy at zero pressure balloons here and at that altitude, and I'm leaving that up to the professionals. They seem to know where that pressure is. Let's see. No, we're not going to chase it. We're just going to let it go. We'll probably. Glenn, what time is sunset around here? Maybe 7:30 or so? Or?
Probably about 7:30 or so. I could Google it, but
Yeah, we'll probably launch about 7:30 tomorrow night. I don't want to get 100 miles out of town at night. I have to come back. But, I think within 3 or 4 hours, well, I think within maybe a couple hours, we could be.
7:31 is.
What time?
7:31.
Okay. So I think that this thing can climb pretty fast. It depends on how much gas we put in it. I think in a matter of a couple hours, we could be up close to maximum altitude. And the thing about the the thing about the super pressure is we have to measure everything to the gram, the weight of the balloon, the weight of the payload, how much gas we put in, so we know how much it expands and so forth. The thing about the super pressure balloon is we don't have to worry about that, because if we put too much in, it's just going to vent out the bottom. So we just want to put enough in to get it off, get it going up. And we'll probably put some extra in there to get it going up fast. And then it'll eventually expand, and it'll start venting. But we may see, I don't know, man. We may be surprised. We may see 75,000. I don't know. This is a true experiment, and we will collect some data during the night that we normally don't get.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see it through the night.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm reading the chat room.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're not sending the ants up on this one.
Oh, not this one. This is a suicide mission, really. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, Fred Herr's asking the launch date. It's tomorrow night, assuming the weather's good.
Yeah. Yeah, PUR there says wrap a small coil of wire around it, heat it up to melt it. I thought that's really what they were doing when I looked inside this thing. I didn't realize it was a blasting cap. But blasting cap is, it's real quick, bang, it's done, man. You don't have to wait for it to heat up. I guess just send a little voltage to it and pow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
So, any idea on how much hydrogen you're going to have to put in that thing?
No, we don't know because it is so large. This thing is so large. This thing probably, well, I can tell you right now, the measurements on it before it stretched was 10.5 cubic feet. Okay, an SBS balloon, the big ones we've been flying, it's 0.58 cubic feet. So we're 20 times bigger than an SBS. And I think every time you double the gas, you get 4 times the lift or something like that. I don't know. And so if 10 to 11 cubic feet, I don't know. I would say let's fill it up. I've got a weight we're going to attach to the bottom, and we're going to fill it up till it lifts that weight. And once it lifts that weight,
here's your next pilot.
yeah.
And look, it's even got ballast removers built in.
I noticed that. I was going to say we're going to have to trim those first. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll probably put a little extra in, and when it lifts that weight, I've already got it measured out. Our tracker is heavy this time. We got 30. Normally we fly a tracker. Everything is 15 grams total. Well, just the little 4 AAA cells are 30 grams just by themselves. So we're up around 50 grams for the payload. So we're going to try to put. I've got a little weight of about 150 gram weight. We're going to hook on a balloon. We're going to shoot enough hydrogen in there to where it'll lift that weight off the ground, that 150 off the ground. Once it lifts that, we'll take that weight off and and then put the 40 gram weight on there. So that means it'll have 110 grams of lift.
Wow.
And it should just, take on off here, All right. All right, let's see what's going on here. Tell you what, I may open some phone lines up here. Let me do that, and we'll take a few calls, Glenn. I can, and then, let's see. It'll take me a second to get the phone lines going, guys. And again, hey, if Cindy and Van are watching tonight, hello, Cindy and Van. Glad you tuned in tonight. This is the best show to be watching right now. All right, let me get our phone line up here. All right, don't everybody call at once, but we can take 1,000 simultaneous calls. 1,000. Let's see what happens.
Hey, Tom, how much does that balloon material weigh?
It's heavy. Actually, yeah, an SBS balloon is 109 grams. This balloon weighed in at 1,300 grams. So again, 11, 12, 13 times, 13 times the weight. Let's see, I'm trying to see why the phone lines are not coming up. Here we go. Let me put the phone number on here for everybody to call. All I have to do is find the phone number.
Oh, just pick one.
Man, I've got to clean this thing up here. Let's see. Oh, man. All right, hang on. I'm about to get it. There we go. All right. All right, I got the phone line up. Let's see. Well, heck, I don't know if the phone line's up or not. Somebody dial it and let's see if it works.
Yeah.
I can't tell. I don't think it's up yet. Let's
Yeah, I'm
try.
not hearing the music.
Well, let me try again here. So we got about 20 minutes before the show ends here, so let's see if we can't get a few callers in here. There's a lot of people interested in what we're doing with the balloons, so we might,
Well, yeah, I mean, they're fun.
here we go.
You are the only participant in the conference.
All right. All
Oh,
right.
so we're talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, guys, give us a call if you want to. 712-775-7270. And the code to get in will be 407051 and # sign. So give us a call. That way we won't have to listen to this music.
You'd think they would change that music from time to time.
Yeah, I wish I could change it, but I've looked, there's no way to do that. And unless I'm watching the system, I can't tell someone calls in unless the music stops. So, somehow I've got to figure out how to put a light on there, put a light up here, and when the light comes on, we got a call, you know. All right. We've got international numbers. We've got phone lines in 65 countries. If you're international, you can go to our website at w5kub.com, click on Contact Us. I think we got a person here. You can click Contact Us, and it'll show you the international numbers. So we've got a couple people calling in now. Let's see. We got Bill up there. We got Bill up in Massachusetts, and we got two Bills. And I don't know who else we got. We got somebody else, a third person. So let me first say hi to Bill WZ1. What is it? Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Alpha Bravo 5 Juliet Mike.
All right, and what was your call?
AB5JM.
Oh, hey, that's Jim. Hey, Jim. All right, somebody has
Has their audio up.
audio on.
We've got international network. I've got to turn down the volume here on my...
Okay. Hey, Jim, we hear you pretty good. I think it's going to clear up. We're getting several calls. There's a few more calling in now. How you doing tonight, Jim? You were a little weak on the net tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. How'd you hear me? Wasn't I weak too?
I don't know.
Well, Jim, am I talking to AB5JM?
How about Bill
yeah.
at WB9YVM?
All right, wait a minute. We're getting.
You've got a pile up going on.
We're getting a DX pile up here. First, let me talk with Jim. Jim, AB5JM. Are you there, Jim?
I'm here.
All right. Well, I talked to you on the net tonight. I think.
You did?
Well, I think I did. You don't remember?
Well, I'm not sure if you did or not.
Okay. Well, I heard you. You were weak here. All right. Let's see who else we got there. Somebody throw their call
Bill
out.
at WB9YVM, Fremont, California.
YBM WB9
WZ1L in
Yankee Victor Mary.
Yankee Victor Mary. Okay. And what's the name there?
The name is Bill, Tom. Good evening to you and the Roundtable.
Hey, Bill. And you're out. And where are you located?
In Fremont, California.
Okay.
Just south of San Francisco.
Yeah, your 9 call threw me off here.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, hey,
I do have a basic question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have to file a notice to airmen when you fly tomorrow evening and all the other previous flights?
No. We fly, there's a thing called FAA 101 exemption. You don't have to file a flight plan or notify anybody. Now, if you were going to launch right beside an airport or something like that, it would be good practice to call the tower and say, you know, we're going to be launching a balloon. But if you're out in the country or away from the airport, you don't have to. The FAA 101 exemption has certain things that you have to follow to do it that way. For instance, the payload, the string that holds the payload, it has to be breakable 50 pounds or less. And like in our case, we're using a 10-pound breaking strength. FAA 101 says that you can fly up to two 6-pound payloads on the same balloon. And, you know, that's 12 pounds, which is, I think, you know, quite big. And we normally fly about 15 grams, probably about the weight of 3 nickels. So there's a lot of things like that, you know, that you have to consider, but no, you don't have to file any kind of permit or anything.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And who else we got on there? Hey, the other Bill. You there, Bill?
Yeah, I'm here, WZ1L. Good evening, Tom. Hello, Glenn. We're COVID-free now. We got 2 shots, and I'm happy. I still wear the mask, but life will move on.
Yeah, well, that's great. We've all got our shots down here quite a while back, so you know we're doing okay, I guess, and you know we'll just see how it goes. We are going to be at Huntsville. Huntsville is a go. They've already announced it. I know a lot more detail, but we don't want to put the detail out. I think Mark is in the chat room. The general chairman of Ham Fest is in their chat room tonight. They've got some great things planned, more expanded, a lot more room. So you know we're gonna have fun there. In fact, I'm gonna say this, and Kathy doesn't like me saying this, but I'm gonna say it. She says, "Don't tell anybody until you know for sure." But hey, I like to think positive.
You like to live dangerously, is what you do.
My friend astronaut Doug Wheelock and I communicated this week, and he says that he wants to go to Huntsville with us and be with us in Huntsville, and that he's going to put it on his NASA calendar. You know, NASA has a big thing there in Huntsville, and I think he can make it a business trip down there and go down here for NASA. Plus, there at Redstone, that's where he learned, I think, to fly helicopters, and so he's got a lot of ties into the Huntsville area. So he's told me he wants to go. He says he misses the ham community. I haven't seen him in 2 years now. He's been with us for 8 years. And he says, I miss the ham community, and I want to go. I'm going to put it on his calendar. Now, let me say this so Kathy won't be upset with me. He may not make it. This guy he's an astronaut, and he is very busy. He's working on training the astronauts to land on the moon again. And an astronaut's calendar, I tell you, it can change real fast, and we're going to be very low priority. But his indication was that he wants to be with us, and I think that would be great. That would be the first time he went to Huntsville with us, if he can make it.
Oh, and with any luck, I'll be there doing an Arduino forum on Saturday.
Unfortunately, I will not be making it this year, but maybe next year. I'll be watching on via the internet, though.
Okay, well, very good, Bill. Hey, let's see. Do we have any? I think you're the only one left on the call here, Bill. So What else is going on with you up there? Anything else happening, Bill?
He must have dropped off.
Yeah, maybe he's not hearing us. Well, hey guys, again, he mentioned in the chat room about the tree antenna. I just wanted to give you a little teaser. I want to do a segment on using a tree as an antenna. And the U.S. military has done a lot of studies on it. It's well documented. They're testing, and we're going to try it. And we're going to try to actually make some actual contacts with using the tree as the antenna. Not as the antenna support, but as the actual antenna. So that should be fun.
It's going to get interesting to load it.
Yeah, that should be fun. I just hope my tree doesn't die. And you know, Glenn, I think I'm going to run just 100 watts. I don't think I'm going to put the kilowatt on.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
That might fry the tree. I just don't know, man.
I mean, as it dries with the RF, the tuning's going to be changing on it anyway.
Yeah, so we're going to try it out. We'll try to make that a segment. It's so hard, though, to do things by yourself here. Kathy's been good to help me a lot. With the COVID thing, Walter has not been down here any. Walter is usually a good cameraman. And, you know, to do segments like show you how we put the coupling on the tree and the tuner and the different things, it's very helpful to have a second person like a cameraman that can capture all this for you as you demonstrate it. So we'll see if yeah. The results that I read that the Army tested, they tested trees in, I think it might have been Panama, somewhere in Central America, in the jungle. And they found, and they showed the graphs and the comparisons, you know, you take your military radio in the back of a Jeep with, you know, a big whip on it. They found that the tree performed just as well as the whip antenna on their Jeep. So that would be
It
interesting.
either says their whip antenna is really bad or the tree's really good.
Yeah, or they're both about equal, I guess, you know. Yeah. You know, people keep asking, what about airplanes? So when we talk about the balloons, what about airplanes? And again, I go back to Walter, my friend Walter. In fact, Walter just retired from FedEx. He's been flying the wide body airplane, the wide body, whatever, huh? I guess
the A300.
The A300, the A300s. He's been flying those with FedEx now he's been a pilot for 30 years. And Walter told me, he says, I have never seen a balloon in the air, you know, not a weather balloon or anything like that. And you know, there are probably 1,000 weather balloons launched every day in the United States. They're launched multiple times during the day and at many, many places. And Walter says, I've never seen a balloon in the air. He says, I have seen a hot air balloon once, but hey, that tells you that it's a big place up there, you know. Kind of like the ocean, I guess, would be another good comparison. You know, you throw a little cork out in the ocean and it's floating. What's the chances of, you know, something's going to hit it? You know,
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
slim to none, but with our luck.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like to put your name on it.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah. All right, any other calls? Phone lines are still open. We got about 10 minutes left in the show tonight. If you're out there listening on shortwave, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. That's tom@whiskey5kilo uniform bravo.com. I'd like to hear from you. Do we still have? Well, my participant list is showing nobody on the phone. Well, we got the music, so nobody's on the
No,
phone.
you've got the music, so nobody's there.
Yeah. Yep. Also, if you didn't hear Katie earlier, she wants everybody to hit that subscribe button. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the show, on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. That helps us in our ratings and rankings, and it helps YouTube to share our show with more and more people. You know how when you look at a video over on the right side, you see a bunch of little small videos over there on the right side? That's where we show up. And when I look at the statistics, a lot of people come to our show on a Tuesday night from watching somebody else's video. They see us and they click on it. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We like likes. And if you'd like to be notified when we go live, hit that little bell. Click on the bell, and that'll let you know when we're live. Sorry about all the problems tonight. Right at showtime, our expensive camera went out. It just didn't. The camera was working. It's just that our system here was not picking the camera up. I couldn't get it to establish the connection. So we went to a little cheap webcam here. The quality is not good. I couldn't set the chroma key and our brightness and stuff very good, but it got us through the show. I'll figure out in the next couple of days what's going wrong with that. We got
hopefully
somebody.
sometime for me soon I'll get me a really nice new HD camera.
All right, I think we got Jim back on. Jim, you back on with us?
I'm back on. You don't sound like Tom, though.
Well, you don't sound like Jim. You don't sound like Jim. I was wondering what's going on.
Well, who the heck are you?
I'm Tom.
And if you don't believe he's Tom, I'm Glenn.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I think Alexander Graham Bell said that too.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, guys, good show tonight.
well, thank you. We had material that just wasn't planned, and it kind of usually falls together. You know, I mentioned we had some technical issues. We got to get Katie's microphones fixed. It sounded pretty bad, actually, and we'll try to get that solved for next week.
And hopefully I'll have some new stuff soon.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of static tonight on the net. I was having trouble copying people. It's funny how static takes out the last three letters of your call.
Yeah, always.
It always takes out the last three letters, man. And
Or it always takes out the same letter you're missing.
yeah, and it always kind of scrambles it to make it sound like a different letter. You know.
Well, you know, we've got a storm coming in. I think it said 5 o'clock in the morning. So probably some thunder, lightning coming in
We're
with that.
supposed to be up to 70% rain by mid-morning tomorrow, and I just had the roofers.
We're going to have a bunch of the same here in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I just had the roofer here today. They were only able to do half my roof. They're going to do the other half roof tomorrow. This is from the tree that fell on the house. I've already had one garage door replaced. Tomorrow I'm having the second garage door replaced. In a few weeks I'm going to have the driveway replaced. And then let's see, and then I've got to get sheetrock replaced and painted, and then I've already had the brick repaired. So hey, Glenn, I'm on the road to get everything back to normal here.
You know, that's pretty good to have that brick fixed because that did not look well.
Yeah, the guy did a great job on it.
And I got to tell you guys, I certainly enjoyed all the information on the zero pressure balloons.
Well,
that was something that had me confused.
Yeah, and you know, we've never done one as short term. You know, I don't want people to be, you know, what word am I looking for, Glenn? Disappointed. I don't want people to be disappointed when it only flies, you know, 24 or 36 hours. But it has a purpose. And one, it lets us fly Fat Boy, which we couldn't fly any other way. And it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'll have to try to watch that tomorrow night.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm going to be looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, Jim, I've never thought about the zero pressure balloon, and it doesn't vent any gas until, I said, what about, I need to check the balloon to see if it's got any little holes in it, where it might leak out. And they told me, don't worry about any little holes. It's not going to leak out. And I said, well, it's not going to leak out. And I started thinking, and it's zero pressure. So if there's no pressure in the balloon, it isn't going to leak out the holes. The pressure is going to be the same inside and outside, and it won't leak out. Only when the pressure builds up is it going to vent out the tube at the bottom. And I was going to use a little plug in the bottom, and I was going to use like a little 3/16 inch hole. But they told me that, hey, with the size of this balloon, it will explode up there. He says you need a 1/2 inch hole in the bottom to vent that much gas when it starts expanding. Wow. So we learned a lot. We learned a lot about it,
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom. Well, let me clear with you here.
Okay.
And best of 7-3 for maybe 5 JM.
All right, Jim.
And we'll be watching for you again next week.
Okay, thank you so much.
And tomorrow night.
All right, thank you so much, man. Good hearing from you. Take care down there in Louisiana. We got about 2 minutes to the end of the show. I probably need to say good night to everybody. So thank you, Jim, for calling in.
Yeah.
Okay, take care.
Yeah. All right.
Is Alan coming back next week?
Who was that? Alan will be back with us. Alan will be back next week, I think. And Katie will be out next week. She's going on vacation, so we'll miss Katie next week.
Yeah, I will be here next week for sure.
Good. All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes before we sign off on our shortwave station. We've got a 2-hour segment on shortwave, so that's why our show is so long, to fill up our audio portion of our shortwave show. Thanks to everybody out there listening on shortwave. This has been a ham radio show. We've talked about everything from using trees for antennas and flying balloons around the world. We have a lot of fun here. We've got Mr. Arduino with us here, the expert author of all the Arduino books. And we've just we always have a great time. Even when things don't get planned or don't work right, we usually always have great fun. And we'll try to get things working a little better next week. Good night to everybody out there. Shoot us an email, tom@w5kub.com. Let us know where you are in the world. Also, if you will, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I was going to say something else, but I forgot. What did I forget, Glenn?
I don't know. I was going to say, if y'all want to see some really cool stuff, I got a tour of a steel mill yesterday. Oh. They use the electric arc furnaces, which is like 3 38,000 kilovolt or 38,000 volt electrodes stuck into the metal to melt it.
That sounds like that would make the lights dim.
It did. You could, it was quite a nice little thump when it shorted. So yeah. I would urge everybody, go to YouTube and Google electric arc furnace, and you'll get some really nice fireworks.
Oh, yeah. All right, good night, everybody. We're signing off with you. Hey, if you want to look at our shows, you can see the video live or the video portion of our shows. Just go to YouTube, youtube.com/W5KUB, and you'll see we got close to 700 shows recorded. A lot of neat things. Good night, everybody out there.
Night.
All right, we got Tony down in VK3 land, Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't had a chance to read the chat room much.
I've been watching it most of the night and grabbing relevant stuff.
All right, let me close the phone lines down. Take the phone line ticker off. There we go. All right. Any last comments in the chat room? I'm reading the chat right now. Guys, we'll try to get the website, w5kub.com, set up for the balloon launch tomorrow.
Yeah,
if not, you can follow the balloon. Just go to aprs.fi, go to aprs.fi and put in W5KUB-27, and you'll be able to follow. You'll be able to follow the balloon there. But I'll try to get the website done if I can, and we'll see you guys. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us tonight.
While you're at it, Tom, the certificate on your website has expired.
Well, I don't think it has. I occasionally get that. I don't know why. One browser, some browsers don't get it. I got one browser that gets it.
Yeah, Chrome doesn't like it.
Yeah, I see that.
It has
but you
expired.
know what? You know what? That went away yesterday for me, even on Chrome. I went straight to the site, no message. And then I think someone sent me an email that said, hey.
Yeah, because it's indicative of your certificate has expired, and those have to be renewed every so often.
Well, they've got a credit card on file, and I know they're not ashamed of charging me, so I don't know what happened.
Right. They may just not have gotten around to updating it yet.
Yeah, I can call and find out. But I did see that. I didn't like it, but it started working for me with Chrome. So I thought, well, the trouble's gone away.
Yeah, it was there with me tonight.
Yeah.
And I don't do a lot of browsing on this computer, so.
Yeah. Let me see. Everybody out there on the net, on the chat room, go to w5kub.com and see if you get a message about the certificate.
Well, they had to get to the chat.
No. Because this chat.
That's how I get the chat.
Well, this chat's not on my site. This chat is YouTube.
Yeah, but you got a link from your site, and that's where I come from.
Yeah, but I went to it without using it, the link. I just went to YouTube and W5KUB. A lot of people now, we've changed our branding to go from, it used to be W5KUB, always go there, but we changed it to W5KUB.com / YouTube.com / so we changed the branding, so we got less and less people going to our website. Right now to get to
yeah, but I still do it old school because I'm lazy.
Yeah. So hey guys, go to W5KUB. Okay, Chris got the warning. He said Chris got the warning, and let's see, it's safe.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I think it's safe. You can just click.
Yeah, Firefox is claiming the certificate expired on the 3rd.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Paul Reedy, YouTube suggested this show to me. That's how I got here. Hey Paul, where are you? We're so glad to have you, Paul. And are you a ham or just interested in this stuff? Paul Reedy, where are you? And tell us a little about you. Okay. Yeah, Chris had the issue with.
Up in the future.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let me try here with Chrome. Oh, let's see. So yeah, YouTube is suggesting for people to come see us. That's good.
Yeah.
W5KUB.com. All right, I've got Chrome here. I just keyed in W5KUB.com. Okay. Yeah, I got the. Your connection is not private. Yeah. Okay. Paul Reedy is from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. KA5PMV. Glad to have you, Paul. Hope you can join us next week, and maybe things will run a little bit smoother next week. They usually run pretty smooth. Occasionally things happen, and
they always happen 5 minutes before the show.
They usually start worrying when it happens about 3 minutes before the show starts.
Oh, it always does.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so Ernie, WB4LVA says, I got the warning earlier tonight, but not again.
Yeah, it's...
So I wonder why you get it one time and not another time.
Well, let's see, where does it say here? Richard is saying, not Richard, John, KC7DRI is saying the certificate's expired on the 3rd, and that's a hard thing. If you're getting beyond that, that's basically a cached issue, and it's letting you buy.
Yeah.
But the certificate has expired, and you're going to need to give your ISP to have them fix that.
Yep. But if you're not worried about it and you know how to do it, you can click on advanced. You can click on advanced at the bottom of that page.
Right, but a lot of people have been trained that if you get that kind of thing, you click away because it's been hacked.
Yeah, Richard says once you've approved a bypass that it remembers you allowed it. That may also be there.
Yeah, but I clicked last week and so.
Okay. And John said once you click to accept the risk, it does not ask again. So that's part of what's going on.
It does a week later.
We'll just get the certificate set. So that would be if you go to
W5KUB and click
but
the link.
are you going to HTTPS W5KUB?
Well, your link takes you to HTTPS YouTube.
But what if you just put in HTTP?
I don't know because I just clicked your link.
Let me try that. Let's
I'm
try.
lazy.
Let me try and see that W5KUB also forwards to tmeddling.com.
Hey, Chris, I fail. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
I fail.
HTTP. We're going to try this one. We're going to try wrong keyboard. Wrong keyboard.
Yep.
Man, I got
I'm
too
lazy.
many.
I know go W5KUB and click the link, and I don't have to type anything.
I got too many mices here and too many keyboards. http://kub.com. Or it's taking me to what it's doing is forwarding me. The way I have my website set up, it's forwarding me to my personal page, the tcmeddling.com. Now, I think that's where the error is getting. It's trying to go to HTTPS in the TC Meddling. Let me try HTTP. HTTP.
Oh, HTTP won't get a certificate error.
//TDIN. Yeah. If you go there, it doesn't work. Okay. All right. So, okay.
Yeah, because HTTP doesn't use certificates.
Right. So you can get into either way, but
yeah, but
I've got W5KUB.com forwarded to, I guess, the HTTPS.
Yeah, but either way, you need to get that certificate renewed.
Yeah, we'll work on that. You'd think that they would fix that.
Yeah, Mark Pupo is saying that T Medlin
has expired.
Site is also expired. So basically, your certificates have expired across the board.
Well, that's the only site I've got. T Medlin. The W5KUB is not. That's not a website.
It's an alias off of there.
That's just a forward to T Medlin. So it's a T Medlin.
You need to get with your ISP and get your certificate renewed.
Yeah,
it's a simple thing, but they need to renew it. They generally only last 5 to 10 years, and you have to renew. Sometimes they're as short as 2 and 3 years.
Yeah. It's forwarding to the HTTPS.
Yeah. Once you see the S, you're automatically encrypted and need the certificates.
Well, I could go in my dashboard where I forward it. I could forward it to HTTP.
Yeah, I mean that would be a quick fix.
I'll give them a call. I got so many things going on right now. Oh man, I need to hire about 4 more people to work in the studio here.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to be going nuts next week.
We gotta get we got issues. I thought the audio issues were ours tonight, but they were coming from Katie's end.
They were on Katie's end. Yeah, she had a second mic going on, and they.
Yeah, obviously.
They didn't want to take it down to troubleshoot while you're in the middle of the show.
Obviously, there was another mic working in front of her because she wasn't near that.
I think it accidentally clicked her webcam on.
Yeah.
And and it was once they were rolling, they didn't want to troubleshoot it while the show was going.
Yeah. Well, that's a bad time to try to troubleshoot, during the show. That's why we went to our $39 backup camera, $1,000 camera stopped working.
Yeah, and you're going to find a loose cable or something
And
like
I
that.
checked, I did all that right when it happened, and I couldn't get it. So, yeah, oh man, just another thing to work on. We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, oh believe me, I know it.
Yeah,
It has
we'll
been
get it.
crazy here. Like I say, I've technically been on vacation since October, and now I'm fixing to go full time, all out next week.
Yeah.
But I like the money, so I I need toys.
Yeah.
And they're paying me enough to buy new toys, so yeah, I'm going to do it.
Jim asked me, what do I pay? I have no idea what I pay. It's just doing business, for our site, I'm paying for a website, of course. I'm paying for the security certificate. I'm also paying another company to provide security on our website. And it's interesting. I can go on the dashboard on a security company. You would not believe how many 1,000 times China and North Korea and Iran and even the UK are trying to get into my website, into my WordPress site or just my website alone. They're using admin. They're trying admin and passwords. And they're trying everything they can, but of course they're not getting in there. And the company blocks a lot of that. But the ones that aren't blocked aren't being successful getting through. So.
Yeah. Believe me, I think
so,
the stat 10 years ago was if you bring a website online within 15 minutes, it's going to be attacked.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing, and they've actually, when I look at the logs, what they're putting in, they actually have found one or the other, not the password, but maybe the login. The login is not necessarily admin. It might be something else.
Yeah,
it might be.
They have a dictionary.
It may be It may be AB123. I mean, some of the people have actually found the login, but they bomb out on the password. And
right.
I've got a really, really strong password on that sucker right now. It's like, I don't know. I won't say how many characters and special characters, but it's a lot. So anyway, hey, yeah. So we pay for the security company to watch it. We pay for our website. We pay for the certificate. It's interesting, right here you're seeing our podcast. We pay for our podcast. You can get a free podcast, but you only get so much storage. So we're paying for another company to provide our audio podcast. And I didn't think that this would be much in demand, but people kept asking me to do it, and I finally did it, and I got so many thank you notes. There's a lot of people that are downloading or listening to the show just audio only, maybe driving across the country, but
yeah,
we're on nearly every podcast carrier out there, from iNet Radio to iTunes to all these places, and so that's another one we're doing, and I'm sure there are other expenses just to keep up just the website, for the show, but it's all good, and we enjoy doing it there. Okay, and the radio show. Although I have been very blessed with friends at the radio station up in Maine, and but I do shoot them some money every month up there just as a donation.
Yeah.
Electricity, you run a 50,000 watt transmitter for a couple hours a week, and it takes some electricity, to run. So I do shoot them. Usually, if I got a little money, I'll shoot them a little donation up there every month or 2 months. Sometimes I'll skip a month, but I want to keep on their good side up there and let them know I'm trying to support them.
Yeah.
So
that was the thing I saw yesterday, with that much power going through those cables.
Yeah.
Just the magnetic field inducing those cables or making them just sway 3 and 4 and 5 feet.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing. Not to mention noisy and sparky and just all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's like lightning in a bottle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll leave this discussion on our recorded show. Again, guys, we have about 700 shows recorded on YouTube, and normally we normally play 60s music or something 30 minutes for the show, or I've had requests to put the music back on. Although some people like hearing what goes on.
Some people like the pre-show, others like the music.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do about that, but I usually trim off the music in the front, and but I'll leave this extra 17 minutes on the back half of the show here. Okay, well, Glenn, I think I'm gonna get out of here and probably go get me some popcorn or something. And I got a busy day tomorrow. I'm getting a new garage door in. I'm getting a new half roof put on. I got to get the tracker ready to fly tomorrow at sunset. So I need to take it near a APRS digipeater or whatever you call that, and just check and make sure that it is transmitting the APRS signal. I've already checked.
I've got 5 days of vacation left, so I'm gonna enjoy those as much as I can.
We'll do it, man.
Because then it's back to the grindstone full time.
All right, guys. We'll see everybody. Good night, everybody, and we enjoyed being with you tonight. So we are signing off. Man, I used to have a test pattern I could put up here. I don't even have my test pattern up anymore, man.